The Sixers will be the surprise team in the East. The East is pretty stacked this year. You have Boston, you have Pistons, you have Knicks, and Cavs now as well. And you have a couple of teams that are like runner-ups, like that came out of nowhere, such as the Hornets, and I would even say Miami, because Miami is kind of one of those teams where expectations are up and down, but for some reason they always find a way through. A couple of teams that I think that wouldn't really make the cut is Toronto and the Orlando Magic. Orlando because of injuries, Toronto because like I'm from Canada, right? So obviously I'm rooting for them, but they just don't have it. I think that's the biggest factor for them. They don't have it. They don't have an it factor. They don't have a number one option. They played good team defense and good team offense, but I just really don't think that they can beat any of the top contenders, and their record says exactly that. Coming back to the surprise factor, given everything is okay, I think there's a slight possibility that it could be the Philadelphia 76ers. Yep. So the interesting stat about Embiid came out, same games missed as played in his whole career, or I think it was 450, which is not really surprising given his injury history, but this year it was like, okay, his role was a little bit different. He would come in, and when he would play, it was literally just dominate with points, and he would get off, and it was like, okay, he would play like 20 minutes and he would just get like still 25 points. Like, it was crazy. And I kind of liked it. It was a different version of Embiid. He wasn't playing like high minutes and he wasn't being used as much, but when he was on the court he was dominating still, if you really look at it. Yes, his boost and his defensive identity and all that was definitely not adequate. He couldn't even jump over a pogo stick. So that's the thing. It was kind of an interesting factor. He still could dominate, but just in different ways. And then you have guys like Maxey who took a huge step, right? VJ Edgecombe came out of nowhere, obviously rookie, top rookie. And they have good players, man. Like Kelly Oubre has always been a good, really good, formidable player. They have Quentin Grimes, who is obviously looking for a new contract, so he's decent. And then guys like Barlow really stepped up. Bona stepped up. They have Trenton Warford stepped up. They have, like I said, they have good players. The Jared McCain trade was very underwhelming. I don't really know why they did that. And the really surprising factor was out of nowhere the Paul George injury. I really wanted to see first how Paul George would fit in with Tyrese Maxey as a number one option, because at this point, Paul George is not even maybe a number three, and if Embiid's on the court, he's a number three or number four option. It was interesting seeing him in that role, but 25 games out, I think he'll be back when the playoffs start. So let's see how that goes, because if they do make the top six, I think they can put up a pretty good fight against the Knicks or any team, actually, because I wouldn't want to face Embiid's 76ers in the playoffs at all. Given everything, like let's say Maxey's going to be healthy. So let's say everyone is healthy. Maxey's healthy. Embiid is healthy. Embiid's playing even every other game or just limited minutes, right? 20 minutes. I say just play him that much. That's it. And then Paul George is back. I do think that they can make kind of a run, funny enough. Like, I think given the right matchup, they can find some momentum and they'll be a surprise team. What do you guys think?